What's going on, guys? We're going to cover some price action today. Today is currently, what time is it? 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so 9 a.m. Eastern time, we're getting ready to go into lunchtime here on the East Coast. And what we're looking at here is my big chart. If you guys are inside of Evolution Traders, you guys have already seen this before being a community member. We're looking at the 1 hour time frame. Now, today's price action played out perfectly, right? Does that mean that we all should have gotten short and held until the very absolute bottom and then sold at the perfect time? No. But what I'm here to kind of discuss, and I want you guys to get comfortable with, is by looking at this big chart, you're going to see that there's a lot of madness going on, right? If you kind of look up here in this region, yesterday's price action region, today's pre-market London region here, there's a lot of supply. Okay, all of these supply zones are different moving averages that I kind of follow. Now, when I'm day trading, I'm not necessarily looking at this chart, but this chart, this macro overview, is what gives me a good sense of bias. Where do I want to be leaning towards? Where do I have the most potential to take trades? And I made some notes yesterday inside of my community where yesterday we were coming down into a 200 SMA, which is a pretty big level when it comes to moving averages and, using them as supply and demand. And if you kind of look at yesterday's lows, we were stuck right here at this 200 SMA. And if we got below that, there was nothing. I mean, like, look at how much madness is going on up here, and look at how there's a huge gap here, and look at how we came down. And you can't even make this up if you tried, but look at how we came down into this linear regression. Now, let me make a point and let me make it very clear. There's going to be some people out there that are going to say, well, if you knew that there's nothing below, why not just get into a position and hold? Why not just hold it all the way until the bottom? Here's my answer for that. You never know where it's going to stop. Does it have to get down there? No. Is there a potential and possibility that it could have gone all the way down to 23,500s? Absolutely. So when you're trading live and you're trading in real time, this candlestick is not just going down, although it looks that way looking back at it at a 1 hour time frame, but there's mini bounces. So there's pockets where the move is working its way down, but it's bouncing up 15 points. It's working its way down, but then you have a 20-minute bounce. It's working its way down, but there's a 25-point bounce. And depending on how much size that you're trading on the table, if you're trading too much size, your stop loss might get hit. If you're trading, and you're not experienced, your emotions can get involved. So what I like to do is I like to use this big chart to give me entries for these scalps. If I can just take a little piece of the pie, I'm content. Because I understand today's not going to be the last day to trade. I don't need to make my year's P&L today. I just need to make a little bit to get me to tomorrow. I need to make a little bit to get me to next week. And when you start looking at it that way, you're going to be a lot less stressed. You're going to find ideas each and every single day. Like yesterday, I took I think half a dozen trades. I finished positive slightly, right? I think I was up $200 yesterday, but I felt like I had to work for it. And look at yesterday's price action. We went up, we came down, we went up, we came down, we went up, and we just kind of stayed in this small range. We really didn't blow out the support to the downside, and we never reclaimed any supply to the top side. Very difficult day. Now you come into a day like today, and we had a little bit of a bounce, right, to start London session, and then we kind of started to sell off going into New York Open. And once we had that opening candle print and we had that big washout through the previous day's channel, that's when things started to get really juicy. Now, if you look at this wick here, there was a little bit of a bounce. If you look at this wick here, there's a little bit of a bounce. But all of these, and I was trying to mention this today inside of the community, was that, guys, if you're taking along on a dead cat bounce, look at the 725 supply, 725 supply, 725 supply. Why was I looking at the 725 supply? On my 5-minute and my hourly chart, I had areas of resistance. if we're focusing on this 1 hour chart, it was the 10 SMA right here at 725. Guys, we went up to 730s and then got rejected. 15-minute opening range played out great today. So if you're looking to play the ORB, 15-minute played out great. 30-minute ORB played out fantastic. What we focus on sometimes for a little bit more of the experienced traders inside of my community, the opening drive setup. The opening drive setup today was absolutely beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. The confirmation through low of day after the first 30 minutes of the market, after the first hour candle, played out beautifully. When in doubt, okay, when in doubt, when you find things hectic and confusing to start the morning, sit out the first 30 minutes. Because the first 30 minutes is going to be this first hour candle, right? So between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., this first hour candle is forming, which is going to be your opening 30-minute print. If the market's going to continue to be weak, it's got to confirm the low. And then from there, you take the measured potential, which is going to be the linear regression in my case. And you tell yourself, if we confirm, do I have enough room to make some cash? If we never confirm, or there's a support sitting here and we start to bounce, you can use it as a 10 a.m. reversal play. But in today's scenario, we had so much supply above. We are below the previous day channel. We are confirming the first opening hour print to the downside with a lot of momentum coming off of a rejection. Today was a very, very nice day. And you don't get these days often. Okay, so when you get these days and the momentum is flowing with your analysis, you got to lean into it. You got to just roll with it. I'm not saying to sit here and trade all day long, but when you get those 1 or 2, 3 setups, take those setups, trust those setups, have confidence in those setups, and make some cash and walk away. If you guys want to join Evolution Traders, I have one space available. That link is down in the description box below. Also, Apex is still 80% off by using code DANTHONY. You guys can get the spelling up above at the top of the screen or down below in the description box. I will see everyone on the inside who decides to take me up on the offer and come inside. I have one space available, so let's start working together. To everyone else, I will see everyone else back on YouTube. Make sure to give me a thumbs up on this video on your way out, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow.